This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Melvin Gordon has said what he said. Melvin Gordon has spoken. We talked about this on the live stream earlier, but we did a 2.5 hour live stream talking about Melvin Gordon and different things. So, like, finding this piece of content embedded in the 2.5 hour live stream is near impossible. So we're here to do a separate video on really one of the more important topics of 2022 off-season content. So, we've been waiting for this moment for a while. Not that it's been... Let's get to the news desk and we'll break it down.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
Nothing's been confirmed by the team, but in speaking after practice on Wednesday, Melvin Gordon was quoted saying they want Javonte to be the guy. He clearly said he's going to go out there and put up a fight, all that. But basically acknowledging that the team wants him to be the guy, that Melvin Gordon is not the future or even technically speaking the starter. It is Javonte's time. And to hear this from the guy that everybody thinks is going to hold him back is probably more important to me than hearing coach, speak about snap counts and we're going to put both of them in the game. Like, to hear it from this individual who would probably be more honest about where he fits into the offense and where he feels he fits in, then you're going to hear from a coach talking at a podium about how he loves all of his football players. And when someone's probing about this or that, they may not want to divulge everything. Even if it's just to prepare for week one, you're not going to hear coaches oftentimes say, things that we want them to hear, or we want to hear that we want them to say, because there's motivation behind everything that they say at a podium. Melvin Gordon did not shy away from calling Javonte Williams the guy. And so truly believe that we're looking at a big ADP hike moving into the coming weeks and really days. So if you've been getting Javonte at the end of round 2, in the middle of round 2, say goodbye to that value. It may take a couple days for his value to climb. It may take a little bit for the ADP data to adjust at that point. So you might be looking at another week or two of him being in the middle of round 2. But I wouldn't be shocked at all if Javonte shot back up into round 1 at some point in the next week or two, just depending on if the ADP data and pre-rank data moves or gets updated. I don't know what the updating schedule is for every different app out there, but sometimes ADP in August can get updated quicker than it would be like in April, May, June. So everything's dependent on that pre-rank list, as I always tell you, that if let's say Javonte's ranking as the 18th or 17th or 15th overall player on the pre-rank list, a lot of people, when they get even that deep into a draft, I say that deep because, it's 15 picks in, people feel nervous and the spotlight's on them, and they feel like, I don't want to reach down 7-8 draft slots for the guy that I'm going to draft right now because he apparently is too early to take right here. So that can definitely influence people into continuing to hold his ADP down, or the pre-rank list on this app or that draft software might update quickly. And if Javonte, I guarantee you, like if there's anything you take from tonight's episode, take this. People will take him as high as they're recommended to take him. People will potentially take him higher than is being recommended, but people will absolutely take him as high as it's being recommended. Meaning that if Javonte Williams is sitting there ranked number 8 overall, people will take him 8 overall. Not everybody's as embedded into fantasy football like we are. They will be influenced by seeing him rank at number 8. If you think Javonte wouldn't get taken at 8 overall in 7 out of 10 drafts in a row right now, if his ADP adjusted on the pre-rank list, you're out of your mind. He would go exactly where the pre-rank list suggests that he should go. So we are at the mercy of the pre-rank list. We're at the mercy of the ADP updating in those pre-rank lists because people will take him as high as they have to or as high as they're being instructed to. I don't know how much time we have left as Javonte lingers in the second round. I saw a question earlier, would I take him as high as 2.2? I've been telling you for months to take him at 2.1. Javonte Williams is the best pick in round 2 in fantasy football. Breece Hall's the best pick in round 4. Joe Burrow's the best pick in round 5, 6, and 7. There are no better players to draft in 2022 than Javonte Williams in round 2, Breece Hall in round 4, and Joe Burrow in round now 6 and 7 potentially. That's it. Like, if I could mic drop and walk away for the entire season, that's the 3 things I'm telling you to take advantage of. And we're about to see the first option, Javonte in round 2, go bye-bye. And I don't know how long Joe Burrow is going to remain where he's going to remain. My voice is shot again. I've been live streaming so long. I can barely even get any, sound coming out. I'm just trying to force it out. But at some point I might have to call the live stream because my voice is going to be completely gone for tomorrow if I don't rest it and be careful because I've been live streaming like a madman the last like week. There's been a lot to talk about, but I felt like this was a definite need in terms of an emergency live stream, even though we did touch on this during the 2.5 hour live stream earlier, the 7 p.m. show today. We started that one early to break some news about Kenneth Walker and his hernia, that it wasn't a sports hernia, that he could be back by week 1. That's an optimistic goal, but it's not a sports hernia, which would have been the worst case scenario where he could have had surgery and even been out the year. So we're looking at Walker having a more less evasive type procedure to fix a hernia that is not considered a sports hernia, which is more something that can heal much more easily. So we came out to talk about that, and then we just kind of pushed it right into the 7 p.m. live stream. I never got off the air, and we just kind of pushed through 2.5 hours, taking phone calls, doing all that. So we talked about this briefly, and I just want to make sure we get back on this topic alone, because if there's ever a topic that needs its own live stream, it's this topic right here. And it's not to pat ourselves on the back, although it feels nice, I gotta say. But it's more so to be like, warning shot, we won't have Javonte Williams lasting in round 2 for much longer. Super chat, or Avatar. Appreciate you, buddy boy. Avatar is my man. We're not going to have this last much longer, guys. This is it. This is why I'm here tonight. This is why, without a voice, this is why I come on here to talk a little bit more with you tonight, because this topic is important, not for back patting and saying good job, shaking everybody's hand, we did it. It's that you don't have much time. Move your drafts forward to tomorrow or tonight if you can. We don't have much time. This guy's going in round 1 very, very soon, unless the coaches come out and shoot this down and create some more drama, and then we have them falling. Always possible that this could go in a different direction with some coach speak, but who knows? Support your boy working so hard for us, for his community. Thank you, Avatar. I appreciate you. I always appreciate you. And this man right here is a generous man that's deserving of our moonshot
To the moon.
So to answer some of the questions that I've seen, pop up in the live chat, is 2.2 too high for Javonte? Is 2.3, No. I've said this for literally the entire time Javonte's dropped into round 2, and people freaked out about Javonte Williams. As soon as Melvin Gordon re-signed, he dropped from number 5 overall in most everyone's mind down to, in some cases, the 3rd round. And now he's going, well, he was, I don't know where he's really going now as of today, but he was going around 22 to 15 or 15 to 22. And that's a steal. And so the moment he dropped into round 2, your boy Smitty says, take him anywhere in round 2. Don't get cute. Don't think you got to trade down from 2.1. The only thing you have to focus on, the one assignment, the one job you have, is to grab Javonte as your second drafted player anywhere in round 2. If you're handed the 12 and 13 back-to-back picks, the bookend picks, you're taking Javonte at 13 overall. There's no arguing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no what if this player's there. He's one of your 2 players that you're drafting at 12 and 13. If you've got the 11 and 14, he's your 14 overall. If you got the 10 and 15, he's your number 15 overall pick if you should be so lucky to see him fall. There's no arguing. There's no equivocation. There's no hesitation. He is the best second round drafted player, no matter if it's the top or the bottom. And the only difference between the top and the bottom is that if you're drafting at 18 and you get him, you have a little bit more bang for your buck, and you're hitting the home run a little bit further out of the park than you're hitting it out of the park if you take him at 2.1. But make no mistake about it, Javonte Williams at 2.1 is not just hitting a home run. It is hitting the ball out of the park. It's just a matter of how far out of the park can you hit it? What can you get away with? Anybody that scooped up Javonte Williams at second round value, whether it's 2.1 or 2.12, and especially those that have drafted him outside of 2.12, so into the third round, you have hit a monster home run, and you have a running start in 2022 with your fantasy football team, and everybody's going to be watching you play 3D chess while they're playing marbles. So get ready, buckle up. Javonte season's underway. The hype train's going to get real. Similar to the negativity your boy Smitty would get constantly on this Trey Lance prediction. Top 5 to 7 quarterback. That's ridiculous. He's practically a rookie. No, he's not. But yes, he is. No, he's not. Whatever you feel, Bob. Feel how you feel about Lance. What are we seeing about Trey Lance right now? How has everybody changed their tune on Trey Lance? How many people have climbed on the Trey Lance train since we started conducting it and building the tracks for it? We built the tracks for the Trey Lance train. We're not just conducting the train. We built the entire track system that the Trey Lance train is traveling on. And everybody and their mother and their grandmother and their cousin Bob and the worried Williams and the perturbed Peters and the upset Ungers and the fantasy Karens, they're all jumping on said train that we not only built, conduct, but we built the track for it. And everybody's acting like it's not that bold and crazy anymore. Same thing's happening with Javonte Williams. Everyone's going to be on board the first round Javonte Williams value very, very soon. And it's going to be a shame for those that didn't get to draft yet. But everybody does so many drafts. I mean, let's be honest. You know, you have them in one league somewhere. If you watch this show even remotely religiously, you have Javonte Williams somewhere. If you don't, what are you doing? What do you do? He's only the mascot, the mantra, the motto of the show. You better own him somewhere. Let's see here. iSong says I got Chase and Javonte with the 1.4 and 2.7. That's absolutely phenomenal. You can't really start off at a draft any better than Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson or Cooper Kupp if it's redraft. Punch that thumb up if you're in here. We got over 113 people in here and only 40 people have wiped their feet at the front door. It helps your boy Smitty. It helps me do these things, guys. It helps me come out here and do an emergency live stream. So if I'm adding value to you at all, if you're saying, hey, I like when Smitty goes live a second and third time during the day, please remember to punch that thumbs up button every time you come in, because it literally helps me more than I can even describe. That's why I repeat it every time I'm on a show. That's why I waste my breath and burden you with the speech of, can you hit the thumb up button? Because it's that important to me and the show and the growth of the show. And it allows me to work for you. I work for you, but we do need to keep the lights on. We do need the thumb up button punched. So if you're one of the 111 people in here, you have a responsibility to help Javonte Williams that like button right now. I got Chase and, so 1.4 and 2.7, JJ and Javonte, Jamar Chase and Javonte. You can't get any better than that. We've had people in the live stream on and off all year long that have been crapping on Javonte Williams over and over, but that's going to end. That's going to end about as much as the Trey Lance hate has ended and quickly fizzled away, and all the Trey Lance doubters and complainers and people calling us out and your boy Smitty out for the Trey Lance hype. They're nowhere to be found. You can't even find somebody that's willing to come out and admit they used to be a Trey Lance hater. The receipts are taken. It's receipt season and it's Trey Lance season, and it's going to be a phenomenal year. Same thing with Jalen Hurts. On his way to the moon. We got the Moon Men list right here.
The Moon Men dropping loads.
We have moved Walker right here. He's not off the list, but in good conscience, we can't lock him in to one of these spots if he's not available yet. So we're going to move him down to the bottom. Jalen Hurts took his place. He is in the starting lineup at the top level there with Joe Burrow, Breece Hall, A.J. Brown, Etienne, and Javonte. Javonte's been leading the way the entire time. He's the captain of the Moon Men crew. We should probably put Herbert inside the Moon Shuttle because he definitely flew the first mission solo last year. And while he's not a member of the Moon Men, he is one of the teachers and facilitators, and he needs to go in that little window there on that shuttle. So we will eventually put Herbert's face right in there. But yeah, so back on point here. Smitty, my draft order is being determined by a 40-yard dash. Wish me luck. Man, Frake. I wish I could run it for you, pal. I wish I could run it for you. Maybe I can run by proxy on a live stream. I got Chase. Oh, I already got that one. Sorry. We got Ron Navy in the building. Ron Navy says, I just saw some of the worst drafts in high-stakes leagues involving well-known experts. Smitty has people on the right track to smash your drafts. Facts. Appreciate you, Ron Navy. Ron Navy's the man. The best ball machine. Smitty made a bet today. Javonte over 12 TDs. What do you think? I think he definitely could be over 12 TDs total. 12 TDs total, sure. I mean, with ease. I mean, if he stays healthy, so that's not a bad bet at all. I dropped a number of things, futures on him, and I put like leading in rushing yards, leading in touchdowns, leading in several different categories. But I have Javonte Williams future bets, and it's gonna be a fun year. Smitty, I got Chase, Swift, and ETN now. That's a great trio. Absolutely phenomenal. Ron Navy is Avatar. Approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I'll approve him too. Just like Javonte, ETN has J-Rob right behind him. How do you feel about ETN? I mean, how do you think I feel about ETN when you see him on this list right
The
here?
Moon Men, dropping loads.
Look
in
at his
outer
positioning
space.
too. You know, I mean, not that it's exactly in order, but like we put him on there as his second player.
Space Monsters.
So been on the ETN train, not as long as the Javonte train, but near as long. Trey Lance was actually on there probably third or fourth, but I moved him down a notch. So this is not like in order exactly. Why does AJ Brown look so short? Let's make AJ. There you go. He's like, here's AJ Brown. Hello, I'm Kyler Murray. I got to move him up. There you go. CeeDee Lamb in the bottom right corner. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to absolutely go voltage times 100. This crew. Look at this crew. This crew is just phenomenal. You know, even the guys at the bottom, you got Khalil Herbert, you got Damian Pierce, and then Kenneth Walker. You know, those are more of the underdogs down there at the moment. But I mean, look at this lineup right here. The most underrated guy on the list is probably Rachaad White, or the most lowly ranked across the industry. Probably Pollard's probably next after that. It's got a good mix of doubted guys and some bigger name guys that just think they're gonna, I think they're gonna explode though. So, absolutely phenomenal. Rockout dropped a super chat. Rockout, I thank you, my man. Let me go get that super by Rockout. Appreciate you, Rockout. Just Sherman, thank you for the super chat. Rockout, thank you for the super chat. Both of you rock. Smitty, the man of the people, thank you, Rockout. Appreciate you very much for dropping the super and all the supers you drop. You are the man. Just Sherman says, what about Dynasty Super Flex? What about Dynasty Super Flex, Just Sherman? What are we talking about on that? Give me a little more clarification, and let's attack that. But Giancarlo, I love ETN. J-Rob who? The guy that needs to take on, I don't know, 800 yards so that ETN can do his wide receiver work. You know what I mean? Like, ETN's going to run for 900 yards. We don't want him running for 1,500 bills. We want him running for 900 yards. We want him playing Eckler before Eckler became a full-time running back. When Eckler was a wide receiver running back, like not a wide back, but what's the reverse of wide back? The outback or whatever. Whatever it is, he's like the outback, the out wide. I don't know what the term is. It's late, but ETN's the reverse of Debo. It's the reverse of the wide back. ETN is going to be the Kamara of old, where Kamara was getting almost more work in the receiving department as a running back than a running back in the running back department. So this whole notion that J-Rob is going to hurt him at all, like, if J-Rob went down tomorrow, Snoop Connor would come in and get the exact same volume that J-Rob's about to get. Like, people need to understand that. I don't really even get what anybody's expecting. And this is not toward you, Gene. This is toward just the topic in general, okay? So I don't mean that toward you. But I don't know what people are expecting. Like, what do they expect? I mean, Snoop Connor would come in and get exactly the amount of work that J-Rob's going to get. J-Rob's going to look inefficient. He's not going to be the same running back. He's going to have very little explosion. I don't care what people think he looks like in shorts. You know, it's about taking hits and the torque and the explosion when you're getting hit by, you know, in full contact. Like, what's this whole thing about judging players coming off Achilles tendon injuries and ACL tears in shorts? You know, we have history to tell us. We could put a blindfold on. We could go into a pantry with no windows and close it and have pretty good accuracy of predicting what's going to happen without even looking at stats. Or like we wouldn't even have to watch a game, and we could and someone could tell us numbers, and we're going to know which running back's doing what. You tell me the yards per carry. You tell me the amount of times that the running back's breaking a tackle. And when you tell me the low numbers, I'll know that's J-Rob. J-Rob's not breaking tackles. J-Rob's not running away from anybody. J-Rob's getting corralled up by a bunch of people. Same thing with Cam Akers. And even if he doesn't, so let's say I'm wrong. Let's say I'm wrong and J-Rob looks pretty efficient. And J-Rob does pretty well. It's your boy Munoz. Munoz, appreciate you. Let's say he does pretty well. Who cares? That's great. They're moving the football down the field. I hope J-Rob performs well, because then ETN's going to be in scoring position more often. So like the ETN, it's unreal. It's unreal. Like remember when Melvin Gordon re-signed, and I came in here and I felt like I had so many people turning on the Javonte Williams hype. It was bad. It was bad. I was a little frustrated. I came in here, I was expecting a little bit of like, you know, crying emojis and upset, you know, feelings and everything, but I did not expect people to actually turn on Javonte because of Melvin Gordon. And I'm not saying Melvin Gordon's not good. He's in the NFL still. He still could be the starter if Javonte, you know, went missing for a month, let's say, on a hike, because I don't want to use the injury and put bad injury, you know, thoughts in the air. But, like, let's say he went on a hike, didn't come back for a month. Melvin Gordon would do okay. He's not a bad running back. He still has talent. But it's not comparable when Javonte's about to become the next JT. Whether you like that or not, I don't really care. I appreciate you. I care about you. But if you honestly think that's a joke, that Javonte, or that you can't make a prediction before it happens, then what good is a show like mine? What good is a show like mine if I can't come out and try and tell you who the next JT is? If there's something wrong with that, maybe you don't like predictive shows. Maybe you like shows that tell you what happened on Sunday. Here's what happened on Sunday. Let me give you the results. Based on the results, maybe he'll do this next week. We'll see you next week. If that's what you want, then this is not the show for you. This is the show that's going to tell you whether I hit or miss. And I think I wouldn't be here if I missed more than I hit. But this is the show that's going to tell you who the next JT is going to be. This is the show that's going to tell you who the next breakout tight end is going to be. This is the show that's going to tell you to win your league by drafting Joe Burrow in round 6 or round 7. Or take your blinders off on the Breece Hall hate and the New York Jet football hate and say 4th round bakes in all the risk you need for a Breece Hall breakout performance and win a league type value. And even if Breece Hall does struggle in, let's say, weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, you will be seeing me come out every week and tell you to buy low on Breece Hall. If Breece Hall starts out slow, buy low. Week 2 comes, he had a bad week 2. Week 3, buy low. Week 4 comes and he had a bad week 3, buy low. Get ready to hear it, because every year players start off slow. And if there is an odds percentage that Hall could be one of the candidates to have a slow beginning of weeks 1, 2, and 3, and 4, he would probably qualify as a higher likelihood candidate for a slow start, because he's a rookie. There's kind of some quarterback turmoil, and it's possible the Jets don't get in a full groove until week 4, 5, or 6. I'm not saying Breece Hall will struggle. I'm saying if he does struggle, it's going to make sense and be logical. And people will run away from Breece Hall. You know, that's the nature of this thing. Every year, we're going to have a handful of players that are undervalued. People knee-jerk reacting and running away from after 1 or 2 games. The amount of people that literally walk away from a player off 1 week, even 1 week, week 1, let's say Amon-Ra St. Brown has 20 yards. I can't even begin to imagine how many people are going to come knocking on my door in the comments, in a DM, in an email, in a text message on my Hey Smitty text line that you can get at thefantasyfootballshow.com. I can't even imagine if St. Brown has one bad game, 20 yards in week 1. I can't imagine how many people are going to say, Smitty, are we worried about St. Brown? Smitty, do you think St. Brown's going to turn it around? It's going to be frustrating. It always kind of is. But it gives me, I work for you, the frustration and the repeated questions of no offense to anybody that comes to me in week 1 on St. Brown, but the ridiculous question of, is St. Brown okay? Should we overreact on this? That ridiculous repeated question is a temperature check for me to know what I need to tell you as a whole. Because if I see 15 people DM me in a matter of hours after St. Brown's game, not asking you to do that, I'm just saying when I see the ridiculousness flood in, I do know it's a topic that needs to be addressed. That is the advantage of getting bombarded in frustration, and me being frustrated in a way, getting hit with it, it's actually really good. It needs to be done. It's just kind of like, oh my God, why is everyone freaking out? But you know what? This is good because now I know what everybody's thinking. I know what everybody needs to hear. St. Brown will be fine. Go trade for him. Go buy low. Let's say Joe Burrow struggles 2 weeks in a row. Week 1, week 2, Joe Burrow struggles. Whatever reason. The offensive line, they're trying to change it a little bit, upgrade it. Let's say it doesn't jive. And the Bengals struggle for 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to get people saying, well, is it time to cut ties with Joe Burrow? Should I trade him? Or even worse, Smitty, should I put Joe Burrow on the bench after week 2? Because let's say he struggles 2 weeks in a row because of the offensive line. And you get people that come in and somebody actually approaches me and says, Smitty, should I put Tua in over Joe Burrow? Tua had a 2-touchdown game and a 2-touchdown game, and he looks pretty good. And Joe Burrow had a 1-touchdown game and a 1-touchdown game with a game where he had a couple fumbles because of the offensive line. I'm going to literally have people that knock on my door, in my comments, in my emails, in my DMs, in my Smitty one-on-one text line that you can get at thefantasyfootballshow.com. People are actually going to come knocking, saying, Smitty, after 2 weeks, what do we do here? Do I put Tua in over Burrow? And that's going to be good for me, even though it's frustrating to hear, because I'll be able to tell you to go buy Burrow pretty low. So get ready for all that. Appreciate you all being in here. 120 of you in the building, 70 thumbs up, pretty decent thumb up percentage, but if you guys can push that over 100 and match it up, that'd be very, very nice. I don't know where Javonte's going, guys. I don't know how high he will climb. If I had to guess right now, right here, right now, and give you my best guess as to where he's being drafted 1 week from today, I'd say 1.10 to 2.2. I don't really know exactly where inside that value, but that's what I feel is going to happen. We got Tendum's dropping a super chat. I'm sorry I didn't see that until right now. Let me make sure there's not any other super chats that are lingering out there. I think I got to all of them so far. Tendum says, Henry, DK, Woods for Mixon, Amon-Ra, and ETN. Henry, DK, Woods. I assume this is a redraft, because if it was a dynasty, but here, so Henry, DK, Woods for Mixon, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and ETN. Think about this for a second. Mixon's not that far off from Henry. He's not that far off. Of course, you know, a lot of people would rather have Henry. But the fact that DK and Woods are facing off against Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and ETN, I'm going to take that mix inside all day long. Not to mention, I'm worried about Henry getting hurt. So I would say punch it. If it's redraft, I would punch it. If it's dynasty, I'm not saying not to do it. I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. You can get Keenan Allen over Amon-Ra. That's a tough one because quietly I love Amon-Ra almost as much as really anybody that's not a big top dog wide receiver. But Keenan Allen's probably a smarter redraft play. I just hate the idea of not getting Amon-Ra, but I think maybe you got to do that to get Keenan Allen. So if you get mixing ETN and Keenan Allen for Henry and DK, you almost have to punch that. Woods is a non-factor for me, so don't even worry about Woods. He's coming back from injury. Andy with the super chat, appreciate you, Andy. Any super chat over $4.99, which Tendem had. So Tendem.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
And of course, Andy.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
Appreciate both your $4.99 and above super chats. They always get a standing. Oh, if I don't remember, remind me to stand up and give you the proper standing ovation. Andy says, hi, Smitty, rate my team. Lamar, Cup, Adams, Kamara, CEH, Edmonds, Stevenson, Pitts, Waddle. I also have St. Brown on the bench. So you have Lamar, Cup, Adams, Kamara, Waddle, Pitts. Yeah, it's a really good team. I mean, Kamara's going to probably play week 1 and several games and maybe the whole season. We're going over that in tremendous detail all the time on the show. Make sure you go watch my Kamara video that's about a couple videos back. It's a 45-minute video on Alvin Kamara. There's a couple of them, so make sure you watch the most recent one that has him in the thumbnail. It's only a couple of videos back. But there's in my opinion, an attorney, 2 attorneys. I've had 2 different attorneys come on, and both of them feel like he's a bigger risk than people are understanding. And you got guys like Schefter coming out and telling you he's not going to probably be suspended. And Schefter's talking, no offense to Schefter, about something that he hasn't really, I think, dug into enough to understand the different components involved downstream if this thing goes to trial. Everybody's kind of assuming the NFL won't take action until the trial is concluded, which might be the case when you talk about from a discipline perspective, but they could still put him on paid leave to avoid the eyesore that is a midseason trial where Kamara's on the field on Sunday and then he goes into court all week and creates bad optics for the league when they can put him on paid leave that isn't considered punishment because he's getting paid. And then if the video leaks, he's done. So there's 2 different ways Kamara could be raptured from your team. So, you know, off the high news of Kamara probably looking like to everybody else that he's playing a full year, I would look to trade him. I would go get Javonte Williams straight up for him. I would give up a little more to get him. So, Andy, that would be my advice for you. Other than that, I love your team, and I don't sell Kamara cheap. There's still a lot of upside there. But I definitely look to trade him for Javonte straight up before, you know, that ends up changing for you. Let's see here. Smitty on that late night hype. Love the late night streams. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. Trade King Henry for Javonte and ETN. Okay, first of all, I trade King Henry for Javonte straight up. I understand you can probably get more. That's why you're getting more. Okay, but I'm just telling you value for value. I value quietly. Don't tell anybody, okay? But I value Javonte more than King Henry. That's me. Fair market value suggests you should get more. You are. You're getting ETN and Javonte, Daniel. You should take a lap for asking the... Then you should take an additional positive lap, Andrew, for being such a machine and monster for having this option on the table. And if you properly execute this and you end up making this trade, you're going to get a positive take a lap.
Take a lap.
And you can pat your back on your victory lap, Daniel, for making one of the best trades you could possibly make in 2022, getting ETN and Javonte for King Henry. That is a phenomenal trade, and I salute you for that amazing trade, my man. Nice work if you pull that off. Let us know if you're able to confirm that is a done deal. And that's trading Henry for Javonte and ETN. Absolutely love it. Nice work, buddy. Trying to see some of these. How many people? We got 122 in here, 83 thumbs up. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you guys for hitting that thumb up button. Appreciate you more than you know. Yahoo seemed old last time I looked at it. I'm playing in a Yahoo League here soon, and it's not bad, but I don't love Yahoo. Smitty working hard for us. Get a super. Thank you, appreciate that. He says, hit him off with a super chat. You know, that is fine. There's also super thanks that you can do on any video, by the way. And then also, you know, thumbs up goes a long way. So appreciate anybody for all their help and doing all those things. I love Lance as I am a Niner fan, but Russ could be the MVP this year in Denver. I'd rather have Lance over Russell Wilson, and I do like Russell Wilson, but Trey Lance is a top. Trey Lance and Hurts are my 5 and 6 potential quarterbacks for 2022 after the Big Four. And the Big Four are obviously Burrow, Mahomes, Herbert, and Josh Allen. Smitty, listening while on break at work, keep killing it. What do you do, Dan? You don't have to tell us where you work, but what do you do? What are you doing right now where you're on break, listening to this marvelous show, doing marvelous work, working hard, you know, doing good work, man, out there improving the world here late at night, being one of the valued night workers that it's such a tough job, and someone's got to do it, and Dan's doing it for everybody so that there's I don't know if you're in a warehouse or what you're doing this late at night, but we salute you for your hard work. And I can't thank you enough for spending your break or your lunchtime in an evening to listen and watch my show and my face on here. So Dan, I thank you, but I would love to know what kind of work you do. And if anybody wants to drop in the chat what kind of work they do, I'd be interested to know what line of work. And again, nobody put in their location. But, like, tell me what you do. I'd love to know what each of you do, what line of work you do. It would be very interesting to me. I'll start. I'm Smitty. I'm a YouTuber. Thank you for watching. Who's next? Brees Hall or ETN? It's a tough one because the wind blows and I like one more than the other. Right now, ETN might be a tiny bit safer, but I love both of them. And if I'm, you know, one or the other, I'm going one in one league, one in the other league. Dan says he's a respiratory therapist. That's awesome, Dan. That's awesome. You can tell I'm breathing heavy and right now. You know, what do you think that is? Is it the loss of voice? Tell me what's going on with my voice right now. Why am I out of breath because I'm losing my voice? Is it because it's dry? And how do I cure this, Dan? Because I keep going live. You know, do I? Everyone keeps saying honey and lemon juice. I don't drink that, Dan. I drink Mexican Cokes and a little water and a lot of vitamin water, maybe a 0-calorie monster from time to time. Dan, what can I do to fix this? Tell me. Nathan's studying his master's in teaching and becoming a science teacher. I love that, Nathan. That's phenomenal. I'm a General Mills operator. That's cool. That's really cool. High school student. Awesome. That's awesome. Keep studying. Stay in school. Get to bed. Get to bed. Science teacher. Again, that's cool. I love science. You know what? Let me tell you a little science. Javonte Williams being the number 1 running back. That's science, baby. Science floats to the top. Truck driver. Says WTP. Avatar's a MILF hunter. Oh, Zach Wilson's in the chat. Electrician. Awesome, Michael. If the show starts flickering or if Ziggy starts freaking out, I'm coming to you, Michael. Tony says, rate my team. I'll try and do this quick. This is too long for my brain right now. Herbert, Lance. Okay, 12 team. This is a 2 QB league. Herbert, Lance, JJ, Amon-Ra, Sky Moore, Javonte, Brees Hall, ETN, Walker, Hawkinson. I mean, it looks like you took advantage of your 7-man league there, Tony. Tony's flexing on us. Hey, Smitty, what do you think of my team? Hey, Smitty, look. Did I do okay? Working over grams. Pathology, nice. I like it. What is the tier 2 cutoff for you with the running back and wide receiver position? Wide receivers are after the top 3. And then that tier 2 for the wide receivers is long. It's like Debo, Diggs, Adams, Hill, like all those guys are in tier 2, you know. And I'm not leaving somebody out because I think they should be left out. I'm just not naming them all. But running back 1 is JT. And then kind of like in like almost a tiny tier break in the same tier as like Javonte and, but you take them later. But Javonte could climb into tier 1 with JT. Javonte could be the number 1 running back in fantasy football, but rankings-wise, expectation-wise, investment-wise, he's got to be in tier 2 or 3. You know, tier 3 until he climbs into tier 2. A policy analyst, that's pretty cool. Smitty, very popular with the retirement homes. Nice. Cannabis, cool. Frake, you're built different. I don't know if that's for me. If it is, I appreciate that. If that's a nursing home league. I master in custodial arts at a boy Aqua. FedEx Express, bulk pickup driver. I love it, Kevin. Kevin's like, that's the guy that's listening to my podcast too, right there. That's Kevin right there. Kevin, just so you know, I want your YouTube views. I don't want to trick you into getting off YouTube. I need your YouTube comments, your live stream views. But just know, Kevin, that once you're done with the live streams, you hop on over to Spotify, which you can find at smitty1.com. All my links are on smitty1.com. You hop on over to Spotify. And you just know that I have a video show. And anytime you lock your phone on a video show on Spotify, and I'm one of the only sports video podcasts on Spotify. Every single video, every day I have a video show. Usually it's a replay of this, but I do occasionally put on, original stuff on there for sure. And I plan to do more of that this year at some point. And definitely in the future, like next year, plan to have even more time as this thing grows. And I can dial back certain things that I do and focus more on content. And I focus on content more than anybody, but I'm saying focus more on content. As we grow, I'm going to focus more on delivering more content. We're 4 likes away from 100. Michael, subscribe to the channel.
To the moon.
My point being that you can watch and listen. All you got to do to listen is lock the phone and listen to the Spotify shows as well. So, anybody's driving around, I always tell them that just because sometimes they don't know. And sometimes YouTube, once they're done with the live stream, they try and watch some of the old shows, and you can listen to it on Spotify too. What do you think about hoarding the Bengals offense, Burrow, Chase, and Higgins? I don't mind that at all. I'm more about getting Jamar Chase in round 1, Burrow in round 6 or 7, and then filling the rest of my team up from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds with other players so that my stack isn't really going to hold the team back if the Bengals have a bad game. You got a whole lot of other players starting from the 2nd round that can help carry your team. Rockout's working to get his IT certification and going back to school, but working at a warehouse and sell things. Attaboy, Rockout. Rockout's the man. Rockout is the man. Let's get those likes over 100. We're at 98. Thank you, Blackbeard. We're at 98. Punch it. We need 2 of you. We need more than 2 of you, but we need two of you for sure to hit that thumb up button. Get that over 100 bills. I mean, data scientist, I dig into numbers for a living. Javonte season, let's go. Awesome East Coast Tatty. East Coast Tatty is studying how to snipe me at every turn, is essentially what that means. Thoughts on Patterson this year? I don't love Patterson this year. I think he's gonna be hard pressed to do what he did last year, but he's not a bad option, especially if you cuff him to Algier. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts on Patterson? Let's see here. DJ Moore, Drake London, and Dynasty. Give me Drake. Maybe give me Drake London. Like if I'm in Dynasty and I've got to make a bold little move there, I'm probably going Drake London. I like DJ Moore, but I don't like his quarterback situation. Not that I love Drake London's, but maybe Ritter's the real deal. And if he's not, you got to think with Pitts there, they're going to make a bigger emphasis on an attempt to get a quarterback in there. So I probably would say Give me Drake. Love Javonte. I hope I get him. I got the first pick in a 10-man league PPR. We'll see. Yeah, 10-man. That means you got the second. You got the last pick in the second round. Probably. You never know. You never know. I don't want to say you're not going to get him. You could do a little trade. I'm gonna be doing a video tomorrow about my one trade process to getting a championship team utilizing one single trade. And I've done this video before, but I think it needs a refresh since Javonte's moved around ADP wise, and maybe this is going to be like a last ditch attempt to get Javonte for everybody. But this is going to be the best one single trade move you can make in fantasy football from a draft pick trading perspective. So look for that probably tomorrow. In fact, let me write that down here and make sure I have it. Yeah, I got it actually right here already. So I want to make that video tomorrow. I want to make a video on basically two trade approaches or draft strategies. One's going to be a trade. One's going to be who to draft. So look for that. Is Javonte a mid-third? Is Javonte mid-third and Pitts in mid-fourth good value? I mean, Javonte's not going in the third anymore, man. This news right here, I mean, if you already got him and you're trying to flex, then you flex away. You know, that's one of those flexes where you could walk in and pull a DK Metcalf and Pete Carroll, just rip the shirt off, start flexing. And ask for forgiveness later. Forgive Jonah. Because, I mean, Javonte, this news maybe puts him in round one. Not right now. We got to see where it goes. But, I mean, Javonte's a walk to the bank. Get an advance on your, your entry fee. Because, Javonte in round 3 is a steal. But, yeah. Flex now, forgive later. Smitty, what does it say? What wide receiver tier can I target in a trade offer if I bundle Dobbins and Penny? DK? St. Brown? Ayuk could be shooting low, but like these are the guys that I think are attainable. I don't know. That's a very attractive trade package. I mean, Penny could be. We'll have to see. Penny might be attracted to some people, but I think you might find even if Penny was announced the locked-in starter for the first 2 weeks of the season, people still don't want to trade for a player that has a shelf life and a timer. He's got a timer on him. When's he going to be pulled? So I think you'll be shocked to find nobody, even if Penny was guaranteed right now to start the first 2 weeks and then play it by ear, no one's trading for him. No one's giving you what you want out of Penny, because they're scared of when is the rug going to be pulled out from under them. They don't want him. No one's going to want him. Javonte, baby. Javonte season. Draft Swift higher than Javonte, but Javonte will finish higher. I mean, so that's kind of what I've been telling everybody is when I'm in round 2 and I'm taking Javonte over Swift. And that's been the case. That's not now. That's what I've been saying. If you're in round 1, I take Swift over Javonte because the odds of you getting both of them are a lot higher if you take Swift first. But if you're actually in round 2, I'm taking Javonte over Swift, and I've said that for months. But the thing is, Swift doesn't fold to round 2, so it's not a dilemma you face all the time. But it just goes to show how much I really do love Javonte and how much I'm playing the game and trying to get him as late as possible. Kelsey or Javonte in the third for a third keeper. Come on, Jason. Jason, come on. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to blast you here, but what is this show about right now? What good have I been? What good am I here 54 straight minutes if I haven't got my point across? Do I need to start over? I think I might need to do another 55-minute show on Javonte because clearly I must have done something wrong. Javonte is a first round. He's a top 5 overall player in my mind, Jason. When I close my eyes and I envision the end of the year, it's Javonte year, not season. It's Javonte decade, and it's And same thing with Aqua, Aaron Jones or Javonte. I mean, I feel like I've failed. I feel like I got these two individuals. These are my two pupils right here. My two these two have been talking in the back together. I knew I should have separated them when the class began. I knew from the beginning that Jason would talk to Aqua and Aqua would talk to Jason, and they just wouldn't listen to the assignment. So I feel like I got to start over. You know, Aaron Jones or Javonte, what do I look like, Aqua? Does this look like an Aaron Jones live stream, Aqua? It's okay. You guys get a warning. I'm not even going to put you in detention. I'm not going to make you take a lap. But, start paying attention or you're going to be writing on the board at the end of the day. I will take Javonte Williams. I mean, this is what it's going to take. Let's see. Let's go to the marker board. I'll start it off for you. I'll tell you what you're supposed to write. I want you guys to write 100 times on the board. I will draft Javonte. I will draft you. You can't even read that. I need to go to writing school. I will draft Javonte. I will draft Javonte. I actually can write really good. I get ahead of myself and I get impatient and I want to get back to it. I will draft Javonte. Okay, so there's 3 of them. I want you to write it 100 times. And when you're done, you may come back to class. 160 of you in here, 106 thumbs up, 1 thumb down. Like, what did I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me. But what did I do? Like, I wish the 1 thumb down would literally come forward and just tell me. You know, I don't know if it's the same guy that does it over and over and over. Because there's always one. But, like, I want to know, like, I would love to talk to him. Like, I wouldn't even judge him. I wouldn't kick him out. I wouldn't make him take a lap. I just want to hear from this one individual that thumbed down the video. And I just want to talk to him for a second and say, what could I have done better? Dragging myself from the bed. I was about to, like, maybe I'll go to sleep early tonight in Netflix. Dragged myself out of bed. Haven't changed my shirt in a day and a half. Okay? Haven't changed my shirt in a day and a half. This is the same shirt I wore. I literally stayed up. I did an all-nighter pretty much last night. I slept for 2 hours. I slept for 2 hours yesterday from all the live streaming I did. Yesterday was such a long day of live streaming. Dragged myself out of bed after 2 hours. Broke more news. Did this. And I just want to ask this one individual, what could I have done better to get you to hit the thumb up instead of the thumb down? What did I say? That's all I want. I just want to know. I don't even care. I just want to know. No, it's not by accident. He does it. Whoever it is, he does it every time. It's like as soon as they start the live. The crazy part is, I love it. Is Henry a top 3 pick in non-PPR? I mean, not to me, but I understand why you would want to rank him there. You know, and I get it. And non-PPR is a little bit more appealing to take the risk on him than in PPR. But, you know, Henry's the top. Oh, I already got that one. Just ask Swaggy directly, Smitty. Yeah, maybe I should. No sleep for Smitty. Not for me, bro. He's 8 or 9 overall. That's what I'm saying, Billy. You just can't please all the people. Grandpa was right. Grandpa said you can please all the people some of the time, some of the people all the time, but never all the people all the time. And Grandpa was absolutely right. Thank you, Kevin. It's probably Kevin. It's probably Kevin. This is Kevin's front right now. Oh, yeah, Smitty. I love you, Smitty. Hit the thumb down, Margaret. Oh, no, I appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you. Maybe he meant to hit the like button and misclicked. I don't think so, Billy. I really want to speak to this individual. I'd love to just know, what could I do better? This is like a survey, a little exit survey. What could I do to make you hit that thumb up button? What makes you what did I do wrong? Is it because you like Melvin Gordon? I don't know. Thoughts on Edmonds? At the risk of getting another thumbs down, I'm going to say I don't like Edmonds. I don't like Edmonds. I'm an Arizona Cardinal fan too. I'm here in Arizona, and Edmonds didn't quite do it for me. And I don't know. Going over to a very crowded backfield, he's injury prone, can't stay healthy. Give me nobody from that backfield actually. And if Gaskin could ever get the job, I actually feel like Gaskin is very talented, and everybody thinks he's a bum and a scrub because he was misused and benched. Like, Gaskin's the inverse of Deebo Samuel, the absolute opposite. Gaskin would absolutely thrive in the offense led by McDaniel, where he orchestrated and architected a lot of the Deebo Samuel role. I love Gaskin. But I think Gaskin's is he even on the team anymore? He might have got cut already. Gaskin would be amazing. Monsoon season in AZ is crazy right now. Yeah, Ben, I keep forgetting, Ben, you're in Arizona. Where are you in Arizona again? I'm sorry, I'll probably forget again tomorrow, Ben. Just letting you know. I don't remember much. I have to keep all this other stuff in my brain and everything else kind of anything related to like people's teams, whose YouTube name is the same as an Instagram name. Like, if it's different, I'll forget all the time. I can only force so much in one ear, and then it just like pushes out the other stuff. I know what to retain. I retain the right stuff, but I can't retain anything else. I just don't have room for it. What did Aqua say? Aqua's a dislike? I don't think Aqua hit dislike. I don't think he did. Aqua says Chubb or Javonte. Oh, come on. Bro. Come on, Aqua. Come with me. You're going to the principal's office. Doesn't even deserve a response. Doesn't even deserve a response. Couch always petty with the thumb down on Smitty streams. Maybe. I did get him a little perturbed lately when I said that I thought his video was trash on us, because he literally, and it was like, I'm just being real. Like, I love Couch, but his video was trash on us because we drafted JT, Tyreek Hill, Breece Hall, Herbert. Our team is fire. Let me put it up. Our throne team is fire. And like, the video starts and he's like, you drafted Tyler Algier. That's not a good pick. And you don't have any backup wide receivers, because we were doing the whole strategy of stockpiling running backs and then coming in and picking up a running back. But like, here's our team. I don't know if you can see it, but we got Justin Herbert, we got Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, Tyreek Hill, Mike Williams, Brandon Ayuk, Dawson Knox, Tony Pollard, and then on the bench we have Matt Ryan, Tyler Algier, Rashad White, Isaiah Pacheco, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Beatty, the baddie, Alec Pierce. Like, we got a good little squad. We picked up Alec Pierce later. Like, that was our backup that we needed to pick up. But like, it was all about Algier. The whole video was about Algier, and I was just like, what about the rest of our team? So, retired insomniac, attaboy Joe. I got Najee and Swift. Who should I trade for Javonte, Smitty? Don't trade either one of those guys, but like, I don't know, trade something else and make him your third running back and then dominate. Javonte Williams in the chat. No, he's not. He loves this show, bro. He wouldn't dare. He knows we're all about Javonte. As Q said, Javonte all day. Javonte all day. I said Najee and Swift. Who should I trade for Javonte? All right, I got Najee and Swift. Who should I trade for Javonte? I don't know, man. I don't know. Melvin Gordon will keep the bench nice and warm for me this season. This is Javonte. Oh, this is Javonte. Okay. I love how it's Javonte Williams with ETN's photo. Hey, Javonte.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Yeah, a lot of laps tonight. A lot of people earning laps. I need to go run. I might be on Instagram Live in a little bit, guys. Just so you know, when I go run, I might go on an Instagram Live, answer some questions while I go for a jog. So there's 140 of you in here right now. Keep an eye out on my IG. You know, I'll be live. I would guess I'll be live. I can't promise that I won't change my mind and just pass out, but I'm pretty sure I want to go run. So I'll be live probably in the next 20 minutes, assuming I end the live here in a second. Monty has a bad O-line with a pretty bad offense. And on top of that, meet the woo, he's got a man named Khalil Herbert that happens to be on the Moon Man list, alternate list.
The Moon Men, dropping loads in outer space.
Khalil. Jump up and get down, Khalil. This guy right here is going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem for Monty. Q subscribed. We finally got... Q watched this entire time, and Q said, you know what? The Moon Men made me finally jump forward and subscribe. Q, appreciate you. Why is everyone so low on him? Who are we talking about, Q? It could be a fantasy guy from a couple years ago. Who are we talking about? Talking about Melvin? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Because Q keeps watching, he might unsubscribe. Sign, jersey, league winner, trophy belt. What are we talking about, Billy? Thoughts on Joshua Kelly versus Spiller? I think Spiller will be the backup for sure. Melvin Gordon, why are we not? I mean, okay, so let's back up, Q, if you're talking about Melvin Gordon. We're talking about Melvin Gordon or Monty, Q? First of all, just state the name of who we're not high on. I think you might mean Monty. Yes, Monty. Okay. So why we're not high on Monty and why Monty's maybe getting overlooked is that Monty is returning. He's like part of special teams right now, and he's not necessarily running with the ones. And Khalil Herbert is kind of running with the ones at times. And it's hard to know what's going on, right? Because you're preparing for preseason play. You're trying to get everybody some reps with the ones, and we don't know what story is being told properly. So I would say take it with a grain of salt at times, right? But Khalil Herbert's so good that I feel like if there's any like crack at all in the door and Monty, let's say, gets banged up because he's been misused for several years under Nagy, who's the worst coach in the maybe Adam Gase is worse, but Nagy and Adam Gase are the worst coaches like in the past like decade. But Nagy was horrible, and he ran Monty into the ground, used him improperly. And Khalil Herbert just looks so good. So, you know, do I think there's a chance, Q, that Monty could be the guy of old? Sure, I do. But I think you have to own Khalil Herbert. And then if you have both of them, you might be, I don't want to say safe because the offense does worry me, but you might be a lot safer. And it could be potentially running back too valuable if you have both of them. But you have to cuff Khalil. You have to cuff him. But ultimately, Q, I want to draft Khalil and not go near Monty and take somebody safer than Monty. You know what I mean? Have the best of both worlds. Same thing with Alexander Madison and Cook. I'd rather draft Jamar Chase or JJ and draft Madison anyway. And I'll have the best of both worlds if that works out. So I'm not just like, oh, you cuff it, you can then take the risk. Why take the risk if you don't need to take the risk? You know what I mean? Question, Sutton, Russ stack or Burrow, T. Higgins stack? Burrow, T. Higgins, and it's not even remotely close. Not even remotely close. Yeah, I feel that for sure. Herbert deserves more snaps. I think he'll get them. Javonte Williams even knows you got a cuff. Hey, Smitty, what's your favorite draft spot? First, second round stack. What's my favorite draft spot? First, second round stack. I don't know if you're asking me what my favorite draft slot is in general, and then asking me a separate question about stack, but let me try and answer all of it. I'd say my favorite draft pick right now is the 12 pick. You can get Swift and Javonte, you can get Lamb and Javonte, you can get Swift and Lamb, you can get Swift and whatever. And I personally, after JT, like the guys I'm getting right there almost as much as the guy I can get at 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, you can get Jamar Chase sometimes at 12. It's crazy. But I like the 12 pick the most. 11, 10, those are good picks too, because you still have those really tight second round picks, and the third and fourth round are so loaded. With Breece Hall and ETN potentially there, and Burrow later, and Herbert around the 4 or 5 turn sometime, or the four in the fourth. I mean, he falls in the fourth a lot. Urban Meyer was the worst coach in the NFL. Carrick says. I mean, yeah, that's pretty. Let's say Urban Meyer, Adam Gase, and Nagy, all three are the worst coaches that we've seen in a long, long time. My favorite stack, and I don't know if you're talking about stacking round 1. I mean, running 2. I don't know. I don't know what that means about the stack. I would say that. Yeah, I don't know what you mean stack. My favorite stack is Burrow and Chase in general, if you want to know about stacks. Urban Meyer. All right, guys, it is late. We've been over an hour. I wanted to get on here and do a dedicated Javonte Williams video. On that note, we're going to go ahead and punch the outro. And on the way out, don't leave yet, we're going to punch the Javonte Williams song. So I'm live Monday through Friday. That means tomorrow I will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern. But I'm also live whenever news breaks, so you can find me on this channel whenever news breaks. All my social handles are right here. You can go to thefantasyfootballshow.com for all my bold predictions, rankings, my text advice, my one-on-one text advice. My YouTube channels are here. Don't forget about the Dynasty channel. You can find all this stuff at smitty1.com, smitty1.com. And then, of course, like I've said, I'm live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And whenever live news breaks, I am live. Now for the long-awaited Javonte Williams song. Appreciate Roger, Billy, East Coast, Rock Out, Carrick, Billy. Never say things twice. Meet the Woo, Ben, Q, Javonte, Swagger, Evans, Myro, One Love, Robert Hunt, Billy, Kamal. I said Rock Out already. Terry Roberts, if he's in here, I don't know if he is. Jared, and everybody here. First in the building. I'm sorry if I haven't said your name. I was trying to go through everybody that's recently commented. Quentin, everybody. Meet the Woo was first in the building. Sandu, Johnny, appreciate you. Sebastian, Logan, Manny, Connor, Munoz, Oz, appreciate you all. I will see you all tomorrow if news breaks or at 7 p.m. Eastern. Now I just got to find this Javonte track. Hold on. Where's my Javonte? Here we go.
Do you smell it? This is Javonte season. We don't need no reason. We come rumbling, tumbling, stumbling in the end zone. Touchdown, it's Javonte season.
It's Javonte season. We've been waiting for this all season. Now that Melvin Gordon out, we starting without rhyme or reason. See me running on the field for a Bronco victory? You don't even know me, cause you didn't listen to Smitty.
Uno, dos, Camera no. Dos y tres, Cuquito no. 4, 5.
taco. Dame Javonte Williams. Levante para el touchdown. Oh, sí,
Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
We don't need no reason. We come rumbling, tumbling, stumbling in the end zone. Touchdown is Javonte season.
Smith, you're not hearing. I don't know a lot about fantasy football. I know everything about fantasy
People
football.
wait for this all season. Now that Melvin Gordon out, we starting without rivalries.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get breached. Get breached. Get breached.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
Peace out, everybody.